In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Dear viewers of an introduction into Islam, welcome again to these series of knowing Islam. This is actually our 5th session, and before anything, I'm going to speak about the source of our work. We are going through these sessions of an introduction into Islam based on the precious book of Sayyed Muhammad Rizvi with this name, Faith, Practice, and Islam, Faith, Practice, and History. This is a very nice book. If you want to download it from in the internet, you can download it and make benefit of it. As the first thing to start with, we want to speak about a short summary of what we said in the last session. In the last session, we spoke about the great orderliness in the whole universe or the whole creation. And we came to this conclusion that this orderliness can't be imagined without a wise and powerful creator. And if someone says that these have come into existence by accident, everyone would laugh at this idea. This session we are going to know a little more about God. The first thing is the eternal need for God. I want to start this topic with 2 examples. Imagine a house in the real world, of course. Imagine a house in the real world which is built by the constructors by some raw materials. Is this house in its further existence in need of its constructors? Surely not. As a second example, please pay attention to this example. Now imagine the same house in your mind. Imagine in your mind. Is it in need of your imagination to continue to its existence? Surely yes, because as soon as you don't think about it, it will disappear. From this second example, we can conclude that anything whose existence depends on the existence of something else cannot be independent, and at every moment has need of the other. Now we can understand the condition of the created things of this world, which have come into existence from nothing and which are the creation of God. Now, as a question, I want to ask you, are these created things at every moment in need of their creator? Some people may think that the created things of this world after their creation do not stand in need of their creator for their continued existence. This is totally a wrong or an erroneous concept, because the things in the world are the effects and creations of God and are identical with the imagined forms which we ourselves can construct in our imaginations, because at every moment they need the one who created them in order to continue existing. In order to understand this better, imagine a human figure speaking, walking, and working according to his will. Does this figure have any independence? Clearly, his existence is due to you. For if you cease to want him to exist, he will be annihilated and returned to nothingness. This is the condition of the entire universe of creation, which is completely from God, created by Him, and in no way independent. It is always in need of God. Also, if God ceased to will its existence, it would return to nothingness. The Qur'an says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. يا أيها الناس أنتم الفقراء إلى الله والله هو الغني الحميد إن يشأ يذهبكم ويأتي بخلق جديد صدق الله العلي العظيم. O mankind, you are those in need of Allah, while Allah is the free of need and the praiseworthy. This is in the chapter 35, verses 15 and 16. This is a subject to which Islam directs the attention of its followers. For example, it is instructed that in daily prayer, when one stands up, he or she should say, بِحَوْلِ اللَّهِ وَقُوَّتِهِ أَقُومُ وَأَقْعُدُ. And what does it mean? With the power of Allah, do I stand up and sit down. The second thing we are going to go through is that God occupies no space. Some people may possibly think that, like the sun and other material things, God has a place and that He has a seat from which He exerts His influence over His creation. However, this is not the case, because His influence on creation, which is His own work, is the same in every place, from the depth of the oceans to the furthest parts of outer space. There is no place to which His influence does not reach in sufficiency. This influence is not such as has a center, such that the further we go from it, the weaker it becomes, until we reach a point where there is no trace of His influence and chaos reigns. For if God had a place like other material things, His influence would vary throughout the universe. Therefore, we can deduce from this that the Creator of the world has no location and no center. As a conclusion, indeed, God is the Creator of the place, and it is impossible that the Creator should be dependent on what He has created. Our first Imam, actually the first successor of our Prophet Muhammad, who was Imam Ali, peace be upon him, said in his precious book, Nahjul Balagha, or the Peak of Eloquence, when speaking about the characteristics of the angels, he said, وَلَا يَحُدُّونَهُ بِالْأَمَاكِنِ. They are those, he means the angels. The angels are those who do not confine Him, Allah, within abodes. Or in another saying in that book, he says, مَنْ قَالَ أَيْنَ فَقَدْ حَيَّزَهُ. He who said where bounded him. The one who said where is God, for example, has bounded him. This is also the same source, Sermon 152, about the greatness and the attributes of Allah. Actually, this is up for our session, and next session we will go through some other attributes of God the Almighty. Once again, I ask you to share your views and opinions with us through the following ways: info@onlinehausa.com, and also the mobile messengers are available with this number that you see on the screen. Till next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Bye bye.